Good evening, everybody, and welcome into the Sports Blitz Lake Martin Sports Roundup show here at JR's Sports Bar and Grill. Brett Pritchard and Adam Blankenship here with you at JR's. And, again, it's always a fun time to be up here at JR's. We're in the week of Christmas now, Adam, so it's crazy. We've winded football down. We had the All-Star game with the Alabama-Mississippi All-Star game that we called this past week. And then now basketball is in full swing. Wrestling in full swing. All your winter sports are rolling pretty good now, and we'll talk about a lot of those tonight. We got some special guests up here that'll join you here in a little bit. Adam, excited about that. Some softball signees that we'll talk to, and just excited to have these guests up here. But that's what we do here on the Lake Martin Sports Roundup show, is we highlight superlatives here in this area, in the Tallapoosa County and surrounding county areas. We're blessed to have a phenomenal amount of talent, both on the ladies and the men's side of things in sports throughout all of our high schools in this area. So we'll be breaking down where some of these teams are right now, early in the basketball season, early in the wrestling season. And then we'll also recap here the Alabama-Mississippi All-Star game. And I got to start there since that's out of area. So we'll start there and then kind of work and stay here. Mississippi, man, just pretty much mad at the state of Alabama this weekend. It was tied 7 apiece at halftime, and Team Mississippi runs away with it. It beat us 42-7 in the most lopsided win for Mississippi in the series history. A roster loaded with Auburn and Alabama signees. I hope we're getting some good players now that after we get our brains beat in by Mississippi.
It makes you wonder, right?
Starting to second guess.
We were talking before the show started, though, that I think, and I'm sure not all of it was stemmed from that, but it didn't help that Alabama didn't have a center on the roster, so they didn't really have a guy that was used to doing that. But still, I mean, you'd think, being the type caliber players they are,
can we find somebody
could figure it
the
out.
ball?
Somebody could figure it out, but I guess not.
You just look at our roster and you look at Jalen Armour-Davis is defensive back or wide receivers going to Alabama, and you got Shedrick Jackson in that wide receiver course going to Auburn. You got Justin Ross, who could go anywhere he wants to, maybe Clemson right now. That's where he's looking at. Seth Williams from Paul Bryant's going to Auburn, which is news in itself for Auburn to go there and pull out a big 4-star receiver. You got Jack West, the quarterback, that's going to Stanford University.
Kavasier Smuggers, we saw all year long, was an absolute superstar.
Asa Martin, Mr. Football, is going to be Mr. Football in the state of Alabama, and we scored 7 points.
I know. It's shocking, to be honest with you. And on the defensive side of things, there's no excuse there.
Got ripped.
You know what I mean?
Got ripped.
It wasn't because they're missing a center on that side of the ball, so that was kind of interesting in itself.
Well, Mississippi, and you go down their roster and you have a chance to look at it if you're out there. A lot of their big players, man, committed to Mississippi State. And, Mississippi State continues to close the borders down in that state and keep all their really, really good talent there. Ole Miss, not so fortunate to be getting as many recruits right now as Mississippi State. But, now Dan Mullen is out.
I was going to say, I think this may affect it right there when it comes down to the stretch, those last couple months. Maybe Saban can scroll over there and pick some of these players, because it's been kind of thin on the Bama side so far.
Well, Alabama still ranked, I think, 7th in recruiting nationally. I think Auburn's ranked 8th, so they're right there together.
Yeah.
Auburn is really here in the last – since Thanksgiving, Adam really picked up 5 or 6 pretty big-name guys, and they picked up another one this past weekend, another big-time defensive player that committed to Auburn. You got a new early signing period that all of us are going to be dealing with, and so there's a lot of interest around that that's going to be going on.
When is that?
December, I think, 22nd through the 28th.
I got you. See, that was what I was going to bring up right there. I wonder how much that's going to affect, because it seems like a lot of guys, especially being a Bama fan, coming in there, you get some steals that last day. But,
that's right.
If you can get some guys that's pretty much made their mind up and you don't have 2 months to sit there and think about it some more, then you might lose some talent you would usually get.
Well, we had Jason Caldwell on Friday on the Auburn Blitz, and he talked about the pros of it for the teams. And your big-time 5-star guys that are wanted nationally, they're going to still wait. They're still going to wait signing day. Some wait past signing day. They just love the process.
They have to line up their big entrance and their big signing, So,
but if you are a solid 3- or 4-star guy and you're ready to shut the recruiting process down, you're tired of it, this gives you an opportunity to go ahead and sign on the dotted line. If you're graduating early from high school, go ahead and enroll for the spring. Get you on a fast track and kind of gets you past the recruiting process. So there's positives. There's also negatives. I mean, you can sign early and maybe your position coach leaves that school or their head coach gets fired or whatever, and now you feel like you're kind of stuck with that school. But, you know that going in. I mean, a lot of times these guys, they are committed to a coach, but they're also committed to a program. I mean, that
definitely.
coach has been part of that program for a while, so it'll be interesting to see how – I mean, they do. But Jason said Auburn has a chance to sign 17 this week.
Wow. I mean, that would be
that's almost the whole
right there.
class.
I know, right? So I kind of like the early signing period. I was wondering what took so long to get to this point in the first place. But like you said, if you got guys that's made their mind up and they know where to go, let's move on with it.
I'll use Jason Martin. I mean, and you could have gone to Julio Jones, for an example, for Alabama back in the day. Julio Jones was going to Alabama, period.
Yeah.
I mean, he took his visits, did whatever. But Julio Jones had made his mind up. He was going to Alabama.
Yeah.
And Asa Martin, since day one,
he's been orange and blue.
He hadn't wavered a lick. And so I think that's one of the things that you look at is, these kids are like, man, okay, I appreciate the interest, but I'm shutting it down.
Yeah.
I'm ready to move on. When can I sign? And this gives them an opportunity to do that. And you're going to start seeing that evolve in a lot of sports and in college, not just in football, but in other areas. But to finish out this opening segment talking about Alabama-Mississippi All-Star game, Kavassier Smoke scored the lone touchdown for Alabama. He's the Wetumpka running back that has not committed to anybody yet.
Yep.
It doesn't appear that Alabama's going to offer him, although he's a big Alabama fan. And
that's strange.
The word on the street is Auburn now looking at him pretty heavily. If he gets an offer from Auburn, I'm sure he's going to take it, obviously.
Definitely.
Alabama sitting there with a ton of running backs like Najee Harris and some guys. Auburn's got a pretty good stable of running backs, but Petway probably gone. Kerryon Johnson may be gone. So they may have room for another running back. They got Asa Martin coming in. They still got Devin Barrett, but there might be room for a Kavassier Smoke if that's a late pickup. And he was one of the lone bright spots for Alabama over there. And so for him, it was a good day. I know he would have rather won the game, but
it kind of makes you wonder too, because a lot of talk about it was, will he play on the defensive side of the ball or will he play offense? It seems like he
wants to play running back.
It looks like he wants to play running back. And if that's the case, Alabama probably won't give him the offer.
Yeah,
there's too many guys back there.
Alabama's loaded at running back, and I think they'll continue that deal there. But we'll wrap that segment up there. Talking about the Alabama-Mississippi All-Star Game. We come back, Adam, you'll have some great guests up here, some softball players, some signees, and we'll talk about them and their future. So stay tuned. More of the Lake Martin Sports Roundup show presented by JR Sports Bar and Grill right after this.
A1 Four Seasons, a division of Jackson Refrigeration, is Central Alabama's Alabama Power Superior Solutions dealer. With the summer months approaching, the temperatures are rising, and so will your power bill if you don't have one of the latest 410A heat pumps. With R22 Freon prices on the rise, now is the time to make the switch to a new, more efficient unit that will save you hundreds of dollars on your yearly power bill. Call A1 Four Seasons at 256-234-4457.
So you want to build a home? Build the home you want with America's Home Place. Choose from over 150 floor plans, then personalize. Tile backsplash with granite countertops? Done. A spacious bathroom you've always dreamed of? You got it. Choose every detail, floors, cabinets, even the paint color.
How about electric lime?
Can't decide? Relax. At America's Home Place, we take care of it all. It's your home. Own it. America's Home Place.
Relief has a new address in Alexander City. Main Street Family Urgent Care is now open across from Walmart on Highway 280. From cuts, broken bones, strep throat, and flu, they can help you heal and feel better fast. Open 8 to 8 Monday through Friday, 8 to 6 on Saturday, and 1 to 6 on Sunday.
Main Street Family Urgent Care. Heal better, feel better fast.
We have a promise to keep with this community, our pledge of respect for your family and your needs in every funeral arrangement.
A funeral is a time that calls for consideration.
For that reason, we won't consider anyone else.
For a full range of funeral services with sensitivity, compassion, and respect. Call Radney Funeral Home at 256-234-2511 or Langley Funeral Home at 256-896-2571. Your hometown funeral homes.
If you're seeing the American cockroach, throw up the red flag. Ladybugs, throw up the red flag. Ants and swarming termites, throw up the red flag. And kudzu bugs, throw up the red flag. That's Red Flag Pest Control. So the caution is on. Call Red Flag Pest Control today.
I'm Scott Davis with Red Flag Pest Control, celebrating our 10th anniversary. Call me today, 256-825-0430.
Welcome back into the Lake Martin Sports Roundup. I'm your host, Adam Blankenship. Brett Pritchard stepped down. We talked a little bit last segment about the Alabama-Mississippi All-Star Game, but now we're going to bring up a special guest. Sure, everyone in the community knows her because she's so involved with the schools and the softball and basketball and everything else in town. But April Yarbrough is my guest tonight. April, how you doing?
I'm good, man. How about you?
I'm good. We hadn't checked in with you in a while. I usually have you on a couple times each year, so it's nice to get you in here right before Christmas.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you for taking out some time to come up here and talking with us.
You're welcome.
I know moments like this are special for you because you got some of your girls signing on to play ball at the collegiate level, and I know you're excited about that. But if anyone don't know, April's involved with girls softball, varsity, JV, pretty much all of them. And also, I did know that you handle the recruiting for all the girls in athletics. Is that right?
That's right, at the high school. It's something new. Coach Rob put this into play at the beginning of this school year. I kind of started doing it in the summertime, but it really wasn't official until the beginning of the school year. Used to just had one person that would handle for all of the sports, boys and girls, and it was just too much to handle. So it just kind of made sense for her to have one person take care of the girls and one person take care of the guys.
Well, once again, Coach Rob coming up and doing just setting new things and taking athletics and taking it to a whole new level. Ben Russell, she's done that her entire career. I think that's another great idea that she had right there.
Yeah, I mean, Coach Wyckoff handles the guys and I handle the girls, and it just gives us, the opportunity to focus on, I'll take it sport by sport. I start with the older girls and I'll move down. So it's a learning process too, because there's a whole lot of things that go into it. But it's something I enjoy, and I enjoy taking them to college visits. I enjoy, talking to college coaches, and I have a lot of contacts and stuff around the Southeast. So it's something that I enjoy doing, and I've had some success at it.
That's what I was going to say. You've been around it your entire life, so I'm sure you know tons of coaches and everything. Talk to us about what you do, like day to day. How do you start that process? Like, how would you go about, I guess, evaluating players and then reaching out to schools? How does that work?
Well, first of all, it starts with the players.
Yeah, of course.
They have to have the will and the want to do it, and we'll sit down and we'll talk. What's your goals? And I'm very upfront with them. You've got to set realistic goals.
Yeah.
You're not going to be a senior in high school and go sign at a Power 5 D1 school. That's just realistic.
Yeah.
And then we go from there. Of course, the first thing that I look at is grades. People don't understand how important the grades are.
Oh, it's huge.
You can be stellar athlete, but not having the grades, you're not going to get very far. So we really take pride in making sure that our student athletes are taking care of the classroom work first and foremost.
Well, that's pretty neat right there. So once you've established, you go through, you see their grades, how do you go about reaching out to their schools? Do you talk to them about, I guess, which area they're interested in going in, or you just kind of fill out and see who's looking for what? Or
we talk about kind of what area. We talk about
what they're looking for, I guess, academic-wise, everything else too.
Just for instance, I had one kid wanted to go into nursing, and we went and visited several schools, and softball coach just up front about, hey, you can go into nursing, but you're going to have to not play that last senior year because you'll have to either focus on softball or the nursing aspect. So, that's just how it is. So, there's a lot that goes into it.
But there's a ton that goes into it.
I pick up the phone and I call.
Yeah.
I'll send out an email. I don't hear back from the email. I'm picking up the phone and I'm calling.
Yeah.
And somehow down that line of communication, I'm finding a cell phone number, so I'm getting personal contact with them.
Well,
So-
that has to be rewarding, though, to see these girls
yeah.
get these scholarships
Yeah,
or
I'm
get that
super,
extra money. You know?
I'm super proud of them already. We've had 2 that have already signed. In the upcoming months, we're going to have more girls to sign.
Who have you got signed so far?
Maddie Johnson, she's a softball player. She signed with CAC. And then Taylor Latham, who's here with us tonight, she signed with Martin Methodist,
right.
which is up in Pulaski, Tennessee. It's NAIA school.
Pulaski, Tennessee.
Pulaski, Tennessee.
Wow. Well, that's. I'm sure she's excited about that. What was it that drew her in? We'll talk to her more about it, too. But what was it that kind of drew her to that school?
The small type campus.
Yeah.
Their nursing program is really awesome.
Cool.
And their coach is just an amazing person.
Yeah.
Hard-nosed coaching. She kind of has the same kind of foundation fundamentals that, we have at the high school. First and foremost, you're a student and then you're an athlete. And she just fit in well there. She went up there, had a visit, had a tryout with them, and she just fit in there.
I think
real
that's
well.
the big thing right there is realizing that you're a student first and using your softball skills to help benefit you and help
Right.
it pay for your school right there. Like, is she
Right.
the one you're talking about that might not be able to play her senior year because of nursing? Or?
Yeah, we went to visit a few schools,
Yeah.
and some of the coaches were just upfront about that.
Yeah.
They weren't going to work around softball and nursing. You had to make that choice, and so that was real big in her decision on going to Martin Methodist. Was the coach was like, yeah, we work with our nursing instructors, and you're a
That's
student,
awesome.
and then you can still be on the team and play.
That's awesome.
So-
And I'm sure, and I think that right there is the key to it too, is you handle that communication right there between them, making sure, helping her decide what she wants to do.
Right.
But that's a really cool job.
Yeah, and it's so important that they have somebody like in the middle that they can come to and talk to and then get them on board with talking to the coaches.
Do you have anybody coming up in basketball? Because our basketball team's really good this year. You have some girls that's looking at that.
Yeah. Don't really want to talk about it
that's
now.
fine. I understand.
But yes, we do. There's going to
really
be some good things coming out of that for sure.
All right. Well, talk to us a little bit about softball. We'll transition. We'll talk more about that when we get Taylor up here. But talk to us about softball. I know it's getting close. Before we know it, it'll be time to start practicing everything
That's
else.
it, January 8th.
What are some of the things y'all looking forward to this year?
We're looking forward to winning our area this year.
Yeah.
We've got to win our area. We have our team. We have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. I think we have 6 seniors. And out of all 6 of them, I'm hoping all of them assign and go somewhere.
Yeah.
But returning, and then we have some good young talent that that's kind of played into some roles last year. So we're looking for a real good season. And winning area that's that first goal.
Definitely.
We gotta win area. So.
Now, I know they're shuffling the areas around. Does that start the following season? Are we still Wetumpka and
We're
those?
still with Wetumpka and Opelika. It'll take effect the 2019.
To talk to us a little bit about last year, how did it go in area play with those? Is it tough? I know Opelika is always a tough team.
Well, we beat Opelika in the regular season. We get down there the area tournament, we beat them one game, then we have to turn right back around and play Wetumpka. We lose out to them, have to come back the next day and play Opelika, and we were just flat.
Yeah.
Nothing went our way. Bunts didn't go our way. Calls didn't go our way. You've been there.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly. Some days it's just not going to happen.
Yeah,
it's just one of those days.
Didn't, and and it was frustrating to watch as a coach, and it was frustrating for the girls, and we're coming back for more.
Now this is Jessica's what year? What year is this for her? Her second,
man.
third?
No,
second, third.
I think it's her third year.
It's
as the
already
head
third
coach.
year.
Yeah.
Goodness gracious.
Yeah, and she's just as hungry and eager as the girls are.
Yeah,
She's biting at the bit too. So we're very excited about it.
I'm sure everyone in this area is excited to play for you and Jessica because I mean y'all have been around it your entire life. Jessica's play, you've been around it, college and everything else too. So there's a great way of knowing what they can do at the next level and all that stuff, especially in your new role, which is a really cool role, which I think is a great idea. By Coach Rob there to handle that.
Yeah, it was a good move by her.
Yeah, definitely. Well, we're going to take a break, and we're going to bring up Taylor up here in a second. We're going to talk to her about her commitment, and she graduating this year, right?
Yeah.
She'll be a senior, so her final season coming up. I'm sure it relieves a lot of pressure having that out of the way before you go into the season.
We had set a goal for her to be taking care of all this stuff by the Thanksgiving holidays, and we reached that goal, and so now she can just play ball, play for her team, be there for her team, and, go out with hopefully a good last ride in high school sports.
Yeah, definitely. There you have it. We're going to take a quick commercial break and be right back with you more on the Lake Martin Sports Roundup show.
This is the Big Finish event.
Don't miss the Big Finish event at Bice Motors in Alex City.
Just in time for the holidays.
Save over $13,000 on 2017 Ram 1500 Bighorn Crew Cab with Hemi V8.
Take the short drive to big savings.
Biggest savings of the year on all new Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram trucks at Bice.
Buy it at Bice.
Don't buy anywhere else until you see me. BiceChryslerDodge.com.
What's behind the CA?
A world full of opportunities.
Where are you now? Where are you going?
Where do you want to be?
These are all important in determining your path in life.
More importantly, why be ordinary
when you can be extraordinary?
At Central Alabama Community College, you can be anything you wish to be.
Don't put your future on hold and don't settle for less than excellence.
We are Central Alabama Community College.
Central to you.
Central to your success.
Whether it's a dream house or corporate real estate, Concrete has the skill, expertise, and talent to exceed your expectations. Trust Concrete to build a foundation for your future. Our work ethic and dedication are always in keeping the competition on their toes. We specialize in residential and commercial development in the Coosa, Talladega, and Shelby County areas. Call us today for your next project, 256-245-4211, or check us out on the web at con-crete.com.
If you've ever wanted a Lexus, now is your opportunity at the Reinhardt Lexus Golden Opportunity Sales Event, the time of the year to get savings on the Lexus you want. With extra inventory, the selection is better than ever on the most popular models. Save thousands with low monthly payments and special financing. Get 0% APR on the ES for 60 months. At Reinhardt Lexus, an opportunity like this only knocks once a year. So find your Lexus today at Reinhardt Lexus, where you'll feel like family.
Find everything you need for the perfect outdoor living space at Russell Do-It Center, like the Fire Rock Outdoor Conventional Fireplace, smartly designed masonry systems that are easy to install and are less than half the cost of a scratch-built brick and mortar fireplace. Weber Grills, the best outdoor gas, electric, and charcoal grills, which always come pre-assembled. Yeti Coolers, premium coolers and accessories that are the ultimate in design, performance, and durability. Russell Do-It Center, experience and knowledge from the pros.
If you've been putting off that new heating and air unit in your home because of the upfront expenses, Williams Plumbing of Alexander City now has primary financing from Synchrony and can now install brand new heating and cooling systems with zero down, longer terms, and a competitive rate. Call Williams Plumbing at 256-329-8488 and get a free quote and terms and upgrade up to $35,000 in work with approved credit. Williams Plumbing stands behind their work with on-time affordable service for all your heating and air needs, as well as plumbing for zero down financing and great service. Williams Plumbing.
Welcome back into Lake Martin Sports Roundup. I'm your host, Adam Blankenship. Just talked to April Yarbrough, who's a big part of the Ben Russell softball team and the softball program here in Alex City. And she was telling me about her new role. See, I messed up too. So okay. New role of working with the girls and helping them find college scholarships, those type things. But now we've got one of our special guests, Taylor Latham, up here. She is a senior at Ben Russell. Just signed her college scholarship, and we're going to talk to you more about that. So introduce yourself, tell us about your position, and tell us where you signed to play.
I'm Taylor, and I'm a senior at Benjamin Russell. For the past 2 years, I've started at third base and catcher, but I've been starting on varsity since I was an 8th grader. I recently signed with Martin Methodist College in Pulaski, Tennessee, and they're a really small liberal arts college that has a really great nursing program, and they're about 20 miles north of Huntsville, so it's not too far from home.
Oh, nice. That's not bad at all then. I was thinking probably North Tennessee for some reason. I don't know why. Well, talk to us about what position are you gonna play there? Have you talked about that yet, or
well,
you decided?
When I tried out up there about a month ago, I tried out at mostly catcher and third base, so
yeah.
That's where I'm going to focus.
That's big is catching. If you can be a catcher, then anybody will jump on you for sure, right?
Yeah, I've been doing it for a while.
Yeah. So you say you started playing with the varsity in your 8th grade season?
Yes.
Wow. So you just dominated coming up and just been good ever since, or how did that work out?
Well, I was in 7th grade, and I also obviously started then, and then we had Coach Johnson come up, and I would go up and practice with the varsity team, during the summer just to get reps in, and she noticed me. She's like, yeah, you should come up and play, and So my 8th grade year, they kind of asked me, hey, come up and join the team. So.
Oh, wow. So come in from day one, just pick up the reps, and just didn't look back from there.
Right.
What are some of the things that you've enjoyed about playing for with and I call her Coach Martin because her name was Martin before.
Yeah.
But with Coach Johnson, what are some of the things that you enjoy about playing with her?
I love the intensity that she brings to the team and just the role that she had in her college years and her high school years. She brings a lot of experience, and we just have fun.
And I think that's the big thing, with her playing, and she was dominant. We're about the same age. She was dominant in high school, killed it. And of course in college and everything else, but I'm sure it's easier to listen to her and follow in her footsteps whenever because she to be able to do what she does on the field as well, right?
Yeah, she was a catcher in high school, so she's really helped me grow as a catcher.
Yeah, definitely. She's if anybody doesn't know, that softball team, her senior year, which was my junior year, they were really good. So that whole bunch was. But let's talk about you playing up through youth and everything. Did you play a lot of travel ball? Is that how you kind of got recognized?
In city ball, I would always play up. If I was 6 years old, I was playing 7-8 ball. If I was 8 years old, I was playing 9-10 ball. And then I started playing travel when I was 9. So I've been in it for a while.
Talk to us about travel ball because, see, we were coming up, travel ball wasn't near as big, but now it seems like there's travel ball tournaments all the time, every weekend.
Yes. When I was 10, that's when it really started going. And this age, now kids are starting when they're 8. There's like 4U, 6U, 8U. But when I was coming up, it's still as intense as it is now. And it was every weekend, 100-degree heat. There was one time I was in Panama City. I was catching. I was 11 years old, and they had to bring me out because it was so hot in between innings.
Goodness gracious. So do you think, have you met, or did you play against some of your better competition in travel ball, or would you say in high school?
I'd say it's a lot more intense in travel, for sure.
I think so, too. And I was trying to explain that to somebody because somebody wasn't familiar with baseball and softball. I'm like, these travel ball teams, like, there's some studs out there.
Hardcore, for real.
Yeah. So I guess you say, did you learn the most, or I guess polish your skills more through the travel ball than anything?
I would probably say that, yeah. I had a lot. I would say school ball is a lot more fun, kind of more laid back, and then travel ball is where you really hit it hard because that's where a lot of colleges are going to come see you is travel ball tournaments. Coaches aren't just going to come to Lake City and say, hey, let me watch this game of you, but they're going to go to Birmingham where the big tournaments are and all the good travel ball teams are.
Yeah, and there's tons of teams everywhere, and Alexie does a good job of hosting those now too. So, I mean, there's just tons of ball and tons of opportunity and everything. But talk to us about college. What was it what was your deciding factor in signing?
Well, Martin Methodist isn't too far from home, but it's 3.5 hours, so it's really a pretty good distance. And it's around the same size as Lake City, and which is it has that really like down home feel. Like really, it's really nice. And then there's only like 1,000 students at the college, and half of them are athletes.
Yeah.
So like there's a good one-on-one relationship with the teachers and the coaches and the students.
They know what to do to help you guys out and everything. And I guess all the students kind of go through the same thing with balancing practice and school and everything else. Are you kind of nervous about being out on your own and having to deal with that? Because I know your schedule with softball is going to be intense, and then you're going to have your full class load on that as well.
I'm more excited than anything. I'm ready to get out and see what it's got to offer.
That's the main thing, is enjoy it. Don't. Some days are going to be hard, but just enjoy it while it lasts because it's going to be gone just like that. Have you decided what you're going to major in at this point, or?
Martin Methodist has a really good nursing program, and that's really what I'm looking to go into, like be travel nursing, making good money and stuff like that. And if not, they have a really good criminal justice.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's going to be good. Now your schedule's going to be full with nursing and softball, but I'm sure you won't have a problem with handling that. So going into your senior year, is it a huge relief knowing that you don't have to worry about that now that you've kind of got that out of the way? Or
yeah, I feel like I don't have as much pressure on me now to just do good every single play. If I mess up, it's okay. You just go on to the next one, and there's a lot less pressure. I'm a lot more relaxed.
Yeah. Did you take some other college visits and stuff before you decided to sign? Or?
Yes, there's about 4 other places I was considering: West Alabama, LaGrange College in Georgia, AUM, and did I already say West Alabama?
West Alabama.
Oh, and Martin Methodist, yeah.
Oh, nice. So you had your choice, kind of what you want to do. Oh, okay. So that's why the hard work pays off at right there.
Yes.
All those years of travel ball and burning up in Panama City and everything, it was worth it, right?
Yes.
All right. Well, let's switch gears from that. Talk about this upcoming year, being your senior season. It's your last one. Enjoy this season because it's going to be so much fun, and you're going to miss it. I promise you. Even when you get to college, you're going to miss playing with this group of girls. But what are some of the things you're looking forward to this year?
I'm looking forward to spending a lot of time with my teammates and soaking it all in before I head off and just having fun.
Yeah. Now, talk to us a little bit about last season. What are some of the things that y'all looking to grow on?
Well, last year at our area tournament, we were left with a sour taste in our mouths. We had beat Opelika 4 times for our area games, and then we got to the area tournament and lost to them 2-0.
No way.
So we're really ready to get back at it and get back at them.
That's what April was saying. She was saying it's one of those games where just nothing goes right whatsoever.
Yeah, we always say we just don't want to talk about it. We're just looking for.
You beat them 4 times and you lose on the most important one.
Yes.
And so that means that just shows you right there that y'all are the better team, right?
Yes. For sure, for sure.
All right, well, talk to us about the schedule. When do you guys start? I know it's almost the end of December already, so softball starts, January?
Yes, we go back to school January 3rd, but we start practice the next Monday, January 8th, and we hit it hard.
Wow.
Yes, we start throwing, and then a few weeks later we start hitting and getting really into it.
Well, hopefully it'll warm up a little bit, and all this snow and stuff will be out of the way. Because there's nothing worse than having to catch in 20-degree weather. So.
Yeah, that's the worst.
Well, congratulations on your scholarship. Congratulations on a great career up to this point. Looking forward to following you this year in your senior year. Enjoy it while it lasts because it's going to be gone before you know it. Have as much fun as you can and enjoy spending it with your teammates, all right? So there we go, guys. It's Taylor Latham. Another signee that we have here at Benjamin Russell, which has always produced top-notch talent, whether it's especially in the softball program. I'm going to say that. But whether it's football, basketball, softball, no matter what it is, they've done a great job of producing top-notch talent. We're going to take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back with you more on the Lake Martin Sports Roundup show right after this.
With the boat season winding down and the weather getting cooler, it's time to let Alex City Marine on Cherokee Road and winterize your boat and get ready for the off-season. The good guys can make all your off-season repairs, winterization, and upgrades easy and on budget. Remember, now's the best time for used boat prices and selection, and you can even pre-order next year's Landau pontoons and quality Suzuki outboards to get the perfect fit for next spring. Service, sales, and value all this off-season at the place the locals know, Alex City Marine. And don't forget to order your 2018 Manitou pontoons now.
At A&M Plumbing, you can count on us for dependable, quality service. Our staff is professional, neat, clean, and courteous. We're a fully licensed and insured plumbing company. Call on A&M Plumbing for any plumbing, sewer, or septic problems. We provide a comprehensive line of plumbing repair and installation services to keep your home's plumbing systems in top order. When you need plumbing service, call on the professionals at A&M Plumbing. Service at its best, when you need it most.
Whether it's a walk-off home run, a game-winning touchdown, or a buzzer beater, make sure Jay's Sports Grill is in your lineup. Located in downtown Sylacauga and a short drive from Highway 280, Jay's has the food you're looking for. Whether it's wings, fingers, burgers, or salads, they have it all. Come bring your family for a great meal, come hang out with your friends for the big game, or call them at 256-207-0700 to place your order. Make sure Jay's Sports Grill is in your lineup.
We have a promise to keep with this community, our pledge of respect for your family and your needs in every funeral arrangement.
A funeral is a time that calls for consideration.
For that reason, we won't consider anyone else.
For a full range of funeral services with sensitivity, compassion, and respect, call Radney Funeral Home at 256-234-2511 or Langley Funeral Home at 256-896-2571, your hometown funeral homes.
At U.S. AmeriBank, there's something very different at the heart of what we do and who we are. It's a spirit that also defines our neighbors, local businesses, and communities. Building on our 116-year history in Alabama, U.S. AmeriBank provides something found nowhere else: craft banking. It's an unwavering commitment to handcrafted banking solutions that turns customers into enthusiastic fans. Visit usameribank.com or your local branch to discover the U.S. AmeriBank difference. U.S. AmeriBank. Banking on values. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Walls Tire, just a mile past the bridge on Highway 280, is the Lake Martin area's complete automotive solution. At Walls, you'll find a dedicated staff offering top quality service from routine maintenance to a full engine overhaul and everything in between. Brian Walls and the folks at Walls Tire are local folks that you know, and they provide the best service always at a fair price. Find out what the rest of the Lake Martin area already knows. Walls Tire is the Lake Martin area's complete automotive solution. Just a mile past the bridge on Highway 280.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Sports Blitz Lake Martin Sports Roundup show. Brett Pritchard, Adam Blankenship here with you. And in full swing with basketball and wrestling going on, and Benjamin Russell right now off to a good start. Women's basketball off to a great start. The wrestling team has been really, really hitting a stride here in the last, I guess, 3 weeks. And we'll go down through that. But let's start with women's basketball, because right now this is a team, Adam, that looks like they could make a run in the playoff. I know we're talking early now. But this team looks like, obviously, if they're playing at this level, could really just get better and better as the season goes on. And we've had Coach Moon up here. We've had some of these players up here. They've been really mauling people. Yeah. And they got one young lady in the middle that's really just, I mean, she's averaging about 30-something points a game. And, you know, I've called enough high school basketball on the girls and boys side at the finals in Birmingham, Adam, and look, it's not anything about girls versus guys, but most of the time, if you look at women's basketball up there, there is one stud player on every one of those teams, and they've got good players around them. Yep. But there's one that, man, it runs through that particular girl. Exactly. And she puts 30, 40 points on the board a night, and good luck stopping her. And the Wildcats have that right now.
Yeah, definitely. And Jalea Caldwell, 34 points, 20 rebounds against Coosa Central. Man. She's been dominant all season. And that's the thing. I saw them play earlier on this year, and that's the thing kind of stuck in my mind is we've got good size. You know, we've got good height out there. Our defense does really well rebounding the ball. They go after it, and that's what you need. But, yeah, they've been solid all season long. And Brooklyn Edwards as well, she runs it really good at the point. She can score at will as well. So they got two girls. And the rest of the team are good at contributing, don't get me wrong, but they got two girls that can get baskets anytime they really need to.
You know, when Coach Moon was here, she talked about the schedule, and then she talked about the early games they played, and the only loss they had was to that college prep team. Yeah. Was it out of Missouri?
Yeah, it was out of Canada.
Out of Canada.
Yeah, it was out of Canada.
Well, I mean, let me just tell you, I mean, that team, a college prep team, is loaded with talent. Yeah. And I think they beat us by, 16 points?
And she says it is because of some late turnovers and missed free throws. And she said the main thing that they were upset about, they kind of understand turnovers are going to happen early in the season, but the missed free throws is really what kind of gave them the loss right there. And from what it looks like, they've improved on that to this point in the season. It's going to be really big coming up whenever the area play and region play starts.
You talked about size. You talked about the ability to get rebounds. And, again, that's another – first, having that one dominant player, it would be my starting point for women's basketball. The second thing is teaching my girls to rebound, because every time you go to the BJCC and you watch these Final Four games, you watch – the Lauderdale counties that won 80-something games in a row. You watch, minor. You watch, not minor, but golly, the name of the team slipped my mind. But you watch those type teams. You watch Sparkman. You watch Spain Park. You watch Hoover. You watch a lot of these teams that have really, really good women's basketball. They all rebound well. You know, they can score the ball, but they rebound extremely well. And teams that shoot get one and done. If they make it, if they don't make it, they get one shot at the basket every time down the floor. So it really boils down to it. And I know you talked about that. Rebounding for the Wildcats has been huge. And I talked to someone close to the women's basketball team, Jake Phillips, who is one of the assistant coaches. And he said, man, a lot of her points comes up off cleanups, off of rebounds, but putbacks. Being able to get in there, establish position, draw fouls, and put the ball back up. And, hey, you know what? A basket's a basket, whether you're shooting from 20 feet or whether you're shooting from 2 feet. Yeah. And but that's where she picks up a lot of her points. And I've seen so many – I've seen Shakayla Thomas, who was a phenomenal player, playing at Florida State, played for Sylacauga. She did a lot of different things, but what she did best, Adam, is establish herself inside and clean up trash misses and put them back as easy points.
Yeah, definitely. And Ben Russell's done a good job of that. 6-2 on the season. like you said, one of those losses came to a college prep team. So, yeah, Coach Moon has these girls ready to go, and it's been fun to watch. And if you hadn't had a chance to check them out, you need to go watch them because I think you'll be surprised about how hard these girls play because they're after it from the tip all the way to the end of the game that they're getting after the entire time.
I really pulling for – I'm pulling for them every year, but I'm pulling for them because I really think they got a chance to do something special. And since we've been with the HSA network, Adam, we haven't had a Benjamin Russell team in football or basketball make it to the finals. I think this might be the best shot right here.
I think so too. It's going to be hard. They're going to be a tough out, especially late in the season when the tournament starts. They're going to be a tough out for sure.
2015, we narrowly missed a trip to the Super 7, lost in the semifinals in a game I think we all feel like we should have won to Spanish Fork. We would have been able to play Clay Chalkville in Tuscaloosa that night. Would have been a special night for Benjamin Russell to get back to a state championship game for the first time since 2001. Now for women's basketball, I think this team, if they don't have injuries, if they continue to get better as the year goes on, they could be strong and they could do something special and make it to that Final Four. I know you have to go through region and sub-region and all that kind of stuff, but this team looks like they have the makeup to be able to move on and compete in the finals. I mean, we'll see how they get and what they do when they get in region play and all that, but it should be fun.
And that's the key right there. Stay healthy. Make sure all your girls are healthy. Get your rebounds. Hit your free throws and try to limit turnovers. Because you see in high school basketball.
The turnovers is a big deal, too.
High school basketball all the way around, boys, girls, no matter what, turnovers are just rampant.
Midfield's that team I was trying to think of, midfield girls.
There you go.
Every
Dominant.
year. Every year they're there.
Dominant.
And they have that one girl.
And like you said, that they hustle. They don't turn the ball over a lot. They hit their free throws.
That's the recipe. Rebound. That's the recipe. Well, Lady Wildcats doing really, really well. Let's move over to the boys. Not so fortunate at Central Coosa. They lost a close one, 54-51. And Coach Daniels talked about it in the paper. He said we were right there at the point of coming back, made some good moves, good plays, and then we got hit by the turnover bug. So, what translates for one side translates for the other, women and men. And basketball, unforced errors, turnovers can kill you. And they lost a close game, 54-51.
It's a tough loss because you
That's
always that Coosa Central game is always huge. It's always fun, especially this one here. You wanted to get that win. They'll play again later on in the season, but that's a big rivalry right here in this area.
Oh, it is. And Benjamin Russell was up 38-34 going into the fourth quarter, and and then Central did what they do, and they went on a run and came back and took advantage of some miscues for the Wildcats. Wildcats 2-4 on the season, and Coach Daniels in his first year, they've lost a couple of close games there, so they could easily have a 500 record right now. And a lot of the guys on the team coming straight out of football, having a lot of these teams had already had a couple games under their belt, been practicing. And you would say, well, they've been playing football, but football shape and basketball shape are two totally different things.
Completely different. The only way to get basketball shape is you got to run because, goodness gracious, you run so much. And the big thing for Ben Russell boys this year has been the turnovers.
That's right.
I've seen a couple games, and they really struggle with the press, and they get in a bind there and turn the ball over and give up those easy baskets.
You got to have a guy that can be the point.
Exactly. And if you don't have a sure-handed point that can take it run, then it's tough.
It is tough. We'll shift over and talk about Horseshoe Bend here before we close this segment out. Horseshoe Bend boys in the top 10 in Class 2A right now, sitting in number 7 in the state at 6-3. They beat Lynette last week.
I was about to say they might have something for Lynette.
Yeah, well, they beat Lynette.
Wow.
And Lynette now, granted, I talked to Coach Keeson, who's a good friend of ours. Lynette didn't have pretty much anybody on their starting roster there because they were at the football championship, which we called, but they didn't have Enquavius Pollard, they didn't have Terrion Truitt, they didn't have those guys. But still, Chad said across the line they started 6'3", 6'4", 6'5".
That's crazy.
From their bench.
It's crazy.
So Horseshoe being able to knock off Lynette and Chad, what a great win. Period.
Huge,
program
huge.
for no matter which. If it's the starters or the backups or whatever.
Yeah.
But Chad said, there's probably a good chance that Lynette wins it again. And I let me just tell everybody out there, Lynette's going to win 2A again.
There's no problem
when they get this starting five back, they may not lose. So Chad said, so when you get to the BJCC and you open up that program and it goes Lynette's record, whatever wins, -1. He said, we're the one.
47-1 out there.
And we're the one.
That's us. Remember
that.
that.
You know what? Horseshoe Bend with a big win. Chad has them 6-3. They got a pretty good basketball team. They're number 7 in the state. So congratulations to Horseshoe Bend. And let me know, I've known Chad. Let me just say this. I've known Chad a long time. And there was nobody work harder than him at basketball, have more passion about it than Chad. And so I watched. Somebody was live streaming. Actually, Kara Tibble was live streaming the game against Lynette, the last part of it, and I watched it. And Horseshoe Bend's got some good players.
Wow.
They moved the ball up and down the floor, got some good shooters. So Horseshoe Bend looking forward to a good basketball season. So.
Yeah, definitely. It's going to be fun to watch, and I'm sure they get a rematch later on.
Oh, they will. They will.
So I'm interested to see how that turns out too.
Yeah,
are they going to go there too?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think they understand what they're up against, but still they get the first win.
And like you said, no disrespect to Horseshoe Bend. It's just this is probably the best basketball team in the state out of any classification.
They could play all the way through 6A.
Exactly.
I think they might be able to. They might struggle some in 7A, but I'm telling you, man, they could probably win 5A or 6A.
They had some guys on the Alabama Mississippi roster.
No, and Quavius Paul.
Yeah, and I saw him. I was like, 6'7". I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, and Mr. Basketball.
No wonder. No wonder that they're good.
Yeah, no question.
That helps,
No question. We'll take our last break here. When we come back, we'll wrap it up here from JR Sports Bar and Grill.
DHK Tire is Dadeville's full-service garage with personal service from hometown folks you know and trust. DHK Tire can get any style or make of tire you need for any vehicle at great prices. And they also offer used tires for anyone's budget. DHK can handle all your maintenance needs like oil changes, heating and cooling, as well as a full alternator and starter needs. Let your vehicle go all the way at DHK. DHK Tire on South Street in Dadeville.
Heritage South Credit Union, your community credit union, is growing, and we want you to grow with us. Our brand new location is going to be opening soon in Alexander City, and we're offering a CD special going on right now. 15-month CD at 1.25%. This is a limited time offer. It's valid at all branches for new money only. Start a new relationship and trust your money and your time with the credit union that truly cares about you. Heritage South Credit Union, coming soon to Alexander City. Heritage South Credit Union, federally insured by NCUA.
Why buy your next car from Lynch Nissan of Art?
Find everything you need for the perfect outdoor living space at Russell Do It Center, like the Fire Rock Outdoor Conventional Fireplace, smartly designed masonry systems that are easy to install and are less than half the cost of a scratch-built brick and mortar fireplace. Weber Grills, the best outdoor gas, electric, and charcoal grills, which always come pre-assembled. Yeti Coolers, premium coolers and accessories that are the ultimate in design, performance, and durability. Russell Do It Center, experience and knowledge from the pros.
When you're born, you're really young. You're like 0 years old. My grandma tells me to quit growing up so fast. But what can I do about it? My mom keeps throwing me birthday parties.
Russell Medical, comprehensive care in your corner of the world.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Sports Blitz Lake Martin Sports Roundup show. Brett Pritchard, Adam Blankenship here with you for the last segment here at JR. So let's go ahead and say that JR Sports Bar and Grill opened this week of Christmas. Come on out. I know a lot of you out there shopping, last-minute stuff. Downtown really been bustling the last few days, and you try to get out here and, get you a nice drink.
Definitely.
Get you some nice food. Get you some whatever. JR Sports Bar and Grill. Bowl game's going to be going on. You can tune them in. We're already in the bowl season. Yep. Camellia Bowl. Always, it never disappoints, Adam.
Yeah.
I know it's Middle Tennessee and Arkansas State, but, for the third or actually the fourth consecutive year, that's been one of the closest bowl games. And it didn't disappoint again last night or the night before last down in Montgomery.
Definitely. And speaking of Alex City, talking about downtown and everything else, shift gears a little bit. Shout out to Matthew Keel over at Alex City Parks and Rec. He put together the men's flag football league, which started yesterday. So
I saw some video footage on Facebook of that.
I have to give him credit.
Are you playing?
Oh yeah, I'm playing.
I'm
dead today. Like I can't run. My legs hurt so bad. But shout out to him for doing it because we've been trying to get this for a long time.
Yeah.
He volunteered his entire Sunday. We're out there all day long in the rain. So we appreciate him doing that.
Did you score some touchdowns?
I'm playing defense.
You on defense?
I'm chasing quarterbacks.
Are you the shutdown corner over there?
No, I'm chasing quarterback. I'm pass rushing.
Oh, they got you.
I'm on them. I'm on them.
You snatching flags out there?
I will say, I didn't first game because I didn't have any cleats on, so I was busting my tail. But I will say this.
Come on, Adam. You can't play football with regular shoes on.
I know. I had to go to Hibbett right after that game.
Come on, break down, get you a $39 pair of cleats.
I did, but it turned into $70.
Well,
don't tell my wife because that's the only size they have.
Maybe she already knows.
Yeah, she does. But I will have to say that Kyle Caldwell still has it.
Oh, there is no question.
He still has it. He still has it.
I didn't have to have you tell me that to tell you that I need that Kyle Caldwell could still play football.
First game of the season. I'm like, who are we playing against? Like, Kyle Caldwell. I was like,
congratulations.
He only has like a Heisman, like a D3 Heisman.
No question.
And that's what he did. I mean, it was 7-on-7.
To touch?
Oh, they beat us 32-8. It was. It's 7-on-7. Luke Smith, Blake Schaffer. Blake went there first game. So I'm gonna say that's what the problem was.
Okay, you can blame it there.
Yeah. Miles Morgan. Some of the younger guys. I think I'm the oldest guy out there.
Okay.
So I'm about to fall apart, but. I will say 7-on-7, they ran everybody deep, and then the one guy that was chasing Kyle. No, it wasn't me that game because I didn't have shoes on, and I was going to tear an ACL or something, so I didn't. But
what do you have, a count on rush?
No, you can
just go take off.
Yeah,
but you can't. He can't run unless you rush.
Oh no, they can run him out.
He just take
That's
off.
all
running.
they did.
Oh my God!
He sent them deep and he run.
Oh my Lord!
He maybe threw 3 passes the whole game.
He's just sending everybody out.
That's
It's 1-on-1.
There's nothing you could do.
Did y'all win last night?
Oh yeah, we won that game.
Okay.
Because this is what happened. We gave up 32 that first game. I go to pass rusher with cleats on. We give up 6. I'm in the backfield. I'm sleeping back there.
Are you ready for the rematch with Kyle?
Maybe later. Maybe later. I gotta get my game legs back under me in order to chase him because he still has it.
Well, how many teams are in the league?
9 teams.
Really?
Yeah, 9 teams.
It's Fuji. Fuji's out there too. I think.
Oh, I heard they're not any good. I'm gonna call him out right now.
Oh, you calling Fuji?
I heard that Fuji's team wasn't any good. That's just what I heard from the horse's mouth.
You're calling them trash.
I'm not saying trash, but I'm saying that they're not. They don't have it quite yet.
So you think Kyle Caldwell and them have the edge in the league right now?
Oh yeah, they're the team to beat.
Well, I mean,
it's not because of his supporting cast.
It's because of what he does.
It's just because of what he does.
Well, Auburn, Cam Newton won a national championship because Cam Newton was just better than everybody in the country.
It was soaking wet out there, so the ball you really couldn't throw it, and we still couldn't do anything with it.
Well, I'm just glad you went on and broke down, bought you some cleats.
I had to get some cleats.
You can't play football out there.
No,
with that.
You can't. And
you know what? Speed dominates. Speed dominates in flag football.
That's why.
You don't have
that's
speed,
why I'm rushing the passer.
Well, that's it.
You know,
that's why you're up in there. You making. Can't believe you didn't get forehand to play with you.
I tried to. I tried to get everybody to get a team up. We tried to give El Toro out there and everything else.
Oh, why didn't El Toro play?
Everybody flaked off. They were like, we'll see. Yeah, we'll do it.
El Toro could have had some pass rush in there now.
You think he'd have been pretty good back there?
Good Lord.
Because you can put a lineman out there if you want to.
I don't know what clip of which game I was watching, but somebody threw a pass and guy ran between like 3 guys, and they didn't get his flag, and he just kept running.
On going. I'm telling you, it's hard. It's tricky. It's
can't
tricky.
Be flag guarding as a penalty right there.
Well,
they have referees
sometimes.
out there.
Yeah,
they're officials.
Yeah, we got officials.
Well, you can't be flag guarding. That's a penalty now.
Sometimes.
And this is I'm talking from.
Depends on who
this has been years now, Adam. but our flag football team at Auburn was runner up twice.
Oh.
Runner up now. I'm proud of that runner up because we played a team that had a lot of football players on it. They shouldn't have been. They weren't supposed to be. No, they weren't supposed to be playing. But we finished runner-up because when we got up against them, speed.
Yeah.
What we're talking about? It killed. Yeah, it killed us.
When you got somebody that can run and throw it too, it's over.
It's ridiculous, man. So
I think Kyle will probably win the Alex City flag football Heisman this year.
I think he wins pretty much whatever Heisman he gets in whatever league he's in. So.
He's up for it after yesterday, for sure.
I'm looking forward to updates on flag football throughout the season. So how many games do y'all play?
Play 2 games each Sunday. We're off this Sunday. We'll come back and play the next 3 weeks in January, and then there will be
I'll be playing in the cold months, man.
It's awful. It was brutal yesterday. And then we'll have a big end of the season tournament that'll crown the true champion. So it's fun. It's really fun.
The true flag football team champion.
You'd be surprised. There's some older guys
I may
out
have
there
to come
playing.
out there and watch a game.
Y'all need to. So we'll play it at the soccer fields over in the Russell Complex.
Okay. I'm probably going to come out there and watch a game.
It's a lot of fun.
It's
the funnest thing. I don't get into softball. Softball's not that fun for me.
I'd love.
But football's fun.
And that's a fun sport to play. Well, before we get off, now we got to talk about this Benjamin Russell Wildcat wrestling team. They have won 7 matches in a row. The latest 2 defeated Russell County 72-12, and in Top Northview 65-7.
Yes.
Just continue to be really good. 4 Benjamin Russell wrestlers went 2-0. Saxon Coker in the 145-pound division, Michael Parker in the 152-pound division, and Isaiah Holloway 195. Each had a pair of pins, and then in the 138, Ryan Spradley earned a pin against Russell County and then scored an 18-3 tech over Northview's Tanner Lacey. So Wildcats are 15-5. They continue to do well. Several individual wins. Scoring a pin against Northview was Jai Harvey in the 160-pound. Bobby Charsa in the 106. Robert Graham in the 132. Connor Burke 182. Dimitri Johnson in the 220. Curtis Norris, which is Pokey, big offensive lineman, 285.
I bet he's fun to wrestle against.
Oh, yeah, good luck on that. Strong as a mule.
Now, keep in mind on this right here, I talked to Coach Ransall last week.
That's right.
They started out 0-3 on the season.
They did.
They went to Hoover. It was in a big tournament there, a lot of 7A schools. Went 0-3, so what? They're 15-2 since then?
15-2 since that tournament.
So,
and playing a lot of teams that are way bigger than that.
And what I hear is we got some guys that's going to compete for a state championship.
That's right.
So it's going to be a fun year.
Hey, I'm excited about it. I think our wrestling team, Coach Ransall, has that wrestling team going in the right direction.
And that's what we need, somebody who came through the program, who's excited about it and fired up.
Who was part of that program, who's obsessed with it.
Exactly. So it's going to be fun to watch them.
Well, it's been a lot of fun here, and again, JR Sports Bar and Grill. Christmas will happen before we're back on there again, so we want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas out there. Have a safe holiday. We wish you nothing but the best. Hope Santa brings you some. If you blow those cleats out, maybe Santa will bring you another pair. So
it's going to bring me some crutches because I'm limping today. Limping.
Yeah, well, wish everybody a Merry Christmas. We'll see you next time for more of the Lake Martin Sports Roundup.
At A&M Plumbing, you can count on us for dependable, quality service. Our staff is professional, neat, clean, and courteous. We're a fully licensed and insured plumbing company. Call on A&M Plumbing for any plumbing, sewer, or septic problems. We provide a comprehensive line of plumbing repair and installation services to keep your home's plumbing systems in top order. When you need plumbing service, call on the professionals at A&M Plumbing. Service at its best, when you need it most.
Whether it's a walk-off home run, a game-winning touchdown, or a buzzer beater, make sure Jay's Sports Grill is in your lineup. Located in downtown Sylacauga and a short drive from Highway 280, Jay's has the food you're looking for. Whether it's wings, fingers, burgers, or salads, they have it all. Come bring your family for a great meal, come hang out with your friends for the big game, or call them at 256-207-0700 to place your order. Make sure Jay's Sports Grill is in your lineup.
We have a promise to keep with this community, our pledge of respect for your family and your needs in every funeral arrangement.
A funeral is a time that calls for consideration.
For that reason, we won't consider anyone else.
For a full range of funeral services with sensitivity, compassion, and respect, call Radney Funeral Home at 256-234-2511 or Langley Funeral Home at 256-896-2571. Your hometown funeral homes.
This is the Big Finish event.
Don't miss the Big Finish event at Bice Motors in Alex City.
Just in time for the holidays.
Save over $13,000 on 2017 Ram 1500 Bighorn Crew Cab with Hemi V8.
Take the short drive to big savings.
Biggest savings of the year on all new Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram trucks at Bice.
Buy it at Bice.
Don't buy anywhere else until you see me. BiceChryslerDodge.com.
If you're seeing the American cockroach, throw up the red flag. Ladybugs, throw up the red flag. Ants and swarming termites, throw up the red flag. And kudzu bugs, throw up the red flag. That's Red Flag Pest Control. So the caution is on. Call Red Flag Pest Control today.
I'm Scott Davis with Red Flag Pest Control, celebrating our 10th anniversary. Call me today, 256-825-0430.